Hello, and welcome to another episode of Nerdsmithing. I'm your host, Andy, and today we're going to look at some of my other collections. I know I've been showing a lot of pop videos. Today we're going to look at metal diecasts. I really like them. They're unique. They're made, most of them are 100% diecast metal. Some have a little bit of plastic here and there, but for the most part, it's 100% diecast. So let's go ahead and jump right in, and I'll show you some of the things that are cool about them, some that not so cool, but I still think they're awesome. I really like them. So let's get started with some of the earlier ones that I've got. And they are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is definitely a line. I like the Turtles. The original, not the original, I guess I should say, the 80s version of the Turtles. That's what I grew up watching. I've only picked up the Raphael and Michelangelo versions. There are a lot more. I'll show you the back of the box here. There's a 6-inch version of Leonardo where he's got like the samurai costume. There's also a 4-inch version. The 4-inch version, which is what I have, and there's a 2-inch version. Most of the 2-inch versions I've seen of these are keychains, which is cool. I mean, a metal keychain, that's kind of cool. So I'll go ahead and grab Michelangelo first. So as you can see with Michelangelo, is that he does come with his nunchuck. He's got 2 of them. That's what's cool about these, is that he's actually got a spot that you can put him in the back. So you can put him in your hands, and these are plastic. Everything else on him is die cast. And what's unique about the Turtles over some of the other ones is it actually has a ton of articulation. His head moves, it's on a ball joint, up and down. His arms move, and no waist. But most of them don't have a lot of articulation. And the one drawback to the older ones is if you look on the back, I don't know if you can really see it very well, but there are screw holes. And they did fix that problem with the newer stuff. The newer stuff they actually cover, which I'll show you some of the newer ones I have. So that is Michelangelo. Put these guys down here kind of out of the way. And then I also have Raphael, which I would have to say, those are my 2 favorite turtles. That's why I got them. And like I said, this is plastic. He also has a spot on the back to put his size. And they have the holes as well here. But overall, the turtles, and they look a lot like the 80s version of the toys. So that's one of the reasons why I really liked them, is they're a little bit more like the 80s style. The next set, these are a lot more recent, and because I'm a huge Spiderman fan, it's probably one of my favorite superheroes. You can tell I'm wearing his hat right now. But I can't actually find the Spiderman box, but I have the other 3 boxes of the ones that I have here. And I'll show you the backs of these. And as you can see, there is a 6-inch Spider-Man, which I have not even seen that guy. God, the glare on this is horrible. I have not seen the 6-inch Spider-Man yet. I've seen all the rest of them. I have not picked up the Spider-Gwen yet. I just don't know a whole lot about Spider-Gwen, so I haven't really got too far into her stuff. But I will show you the Spider-Man, and what's cool about this one is the Spider-Mans, they're in different poses, and there is no articulation on these guys, but they are in very cool poses. And what I like about this one is it's actually the blue on his costume is a matte blue, and then it's got the glossy red, so it really pops. And as you can see on the back of this, is the screw holes are actually covered with little, I mean, you can tell by looking close at them that you can see them, but they're not giant holes in his back. So, and what's cool is they sit, it's got a really cool stance. So, They are, like I said, Spider-Man, one of my favorites. And this one is the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man with the black and red suit. And what I love about this is this red on here really, really pops. I mean, it is on that black and then the shiny. It's funny when you get this one, he's actually upside down in his box. And so it made a lot of people think that maybe he was going to have some kind of stand that held him up, but nope. He just stands just like the rest, but with that red on the black, it just, I don't think it really comes through on the camera here, but it is definitely cool. And yet again, no articulation on it, which I don't really care. These are more of like a statue kind of stand-up thing. They all stand really well for the most part. This one here, and in another pretty cool pose, is Black Suit Spider-Man, which I think his head looks really cool. The way his eyes are kind of pop out of the mask a little bit, so it makes it really, really cool. And yet again, you can't see any screw holes back here. So I really like the black version of Spider-Man in the comic books and stuff. Which leads to my favorite supervillain of any other, and that is Venom, with his massive, massive tongue sticking out. And he is just, I mean, just huge. His hands on this guy are massive. They do really good job on their paints and that kind of stuff. And, I mean, there's so many lines. I mean, wrestling and superheroes and Power Rangers and you know, all kinds of stuff. So, and they're growing all the time. Like I said, this is kind of a newer, not nearly as popular as the Pops in any way, but still very cool. I really like them. And then the next one, these are probably I'd say these are my newest, and I've only got a couple of them so far. I haven't been able to find the other ones. I had to order these ones online, actually. But it is Power Rangers, and we've got the red and the green. And then on here, I'll show you the back, and they've got all 6 of the Power Rangers. Like I said, I haven't seen any of these, actually. I had to order these ones online just because I had to get my hands on the Green Ranger. Like everyone, Green Ranger is the best. Jason David Frank, awesome. Had a chance to meet him last year at Comic-Con. I'm hoping to meet him again this year at Emerald City Comic-Con. So, yeah, like I said, Green Ranger, definitely the best. And I will show you those two. I'll start with the Red Ranger. And he comes with his sword, and these ones actually, unlike the turtles, they don't actually come out. It stays in his hand. It's part of his pose, but the paint is really good on this guy. It is, I mean, the sculpting is awesome. Like I said, I really like these guys. There's really no, I mean, a little bit of waist movement, but with the way he stands and stuff, there's real, I mean, you don't really mess with it too much. Soft plastic for his weapon. You don't want to play with it too much. It might break. You never know if you force it a little too much. But I love the head sculpt on these. The only complaint that I would have about the Power Ranger line in general is they don't have their emblem, their logos on their chest. They do have their morphers. Can't really tell you. I mean, the coin is just a color. It's not really got a design on it. I wish they would have had their emblems on their chest. And then, like I said, everybody's favorite. It also has a little bit of waist, but the Green Ranger. Tommy, my only complaint with this guy is you can't really tell on the camera. It looks pretty accurate on the camera, but when you're looking at this guy up close, his paint is almost a teal color. It's not the foresty green. I mean, his dragon dagger is all gold. It's not painted with any colors, but that doesn't really bother me too much. I'm more concerned with the color of him. He looks cool, but up against my Green Ranger Pop, there's definitely a color difference. This is plastic, his chest piece, and this is a little bit harder plastic than the Red Ranger's one, but still, it's it's cool. I mean, they're really cool. Like I said, the only complaint is the color, and that really isn't too horrible. So then I've got a couple of the 6-inch pops, the bigger, or the 6-inch die-cast metal, sorry. And this one is Armored Batman. And this is one of the first die-cast pieces that I got, was the Batman versus Superman set. I do have Superman and Batman under somewhere in a new house. I haven't unpacked everything yet, but these are the ones, kind of the bigger. This one here is very cool for a few different reasons. A lot of the 6-inch ones, like this one, has light up eyes, which is very cool. But also with this guy is his armor comes off, so he can be the regular Batman. And this is die-cast metal. All the pieces kind of pop off of him for his, his arm, and his chest comes off so you can see the Bat logo under there. These pieces here are just plastic. They're not the die-cast like the helmet is. But also, there's different arms. The metal ones, or the armor ones, and you can put on the ones for his regular suit. And they're really easy to pop on and off. Just like that. Snaps on, snap off. Very easy. You can see the light up eyes a little better like that. Pretty cool looking. But slides right on. And his cape is plastic. It's a soft plastic material. But it's still, I mean, as far as what you can do changing stuff around, I mean, that's really cool in those. So, and then my personal favorite out of all the ones I've gotten so far is this guy. This is the Hulkbuster. This thing is massive. It is super heavy. It is all metal, 100%. Everything on here is metal. The cool thing about this guy is that his head comes up and there is a 4-inch version of Iron Man inside there. So, I mean, you look at these guys next to each other and they are, I mean, it's pretty cool. I really, when I saw this one, I knew that I like I love the Iron Man. I love Iron Man in general. The Hulkbuster, I think, is just cool. I have the pop. The pop is always one of my favorite pops that I own. But this guy is just so massive. Even sitting next to the other 6-inch character, I mean, he just looks so much bigger. When you look at him together, I mean, he's just so massive. And the paint is, I mean, just perfect on that guy. That's awesome. That guy doesn't want to stand right now, so we're going to set him to the side. The box on these guys, so if you look at the Hulkbuster here, on the back you'll see the line of Avengers that they have. They have like a 2-pack of Thor and Hulk, and then on the side here, I do have the Ant-Man. I just haven't taken it out of the box yet. And they also have a War Machine and a really cool Iron Man Mach 1 that I keep looking at. I'm going to get it eventually. I do want to get the 6-inch Hulk to go with this guy because I think those sitting next to each other will look epic. I mean, they'll look really cool. They do have a 6-inch War Machine and a 6-inch Falcon. I have not seen the Falcon anywhere, so I'm not sure. Like I said, this is still a newer line, so a lot of this stuff that is out, it's just you don't really, it's a little bit harder to come by right now. I found a website that I go to that seems to have a lot of the newer stuff coming out, but it's still, like I said, a little bit harder to find. This is the back of the box for the 6-inch Batman, so you can kind of see everything that comes off and goes on. But this is kind of where it started for me, actually. I saw the first Batman and Superman set, and when I bought that, and I just, from then on, I've just fallen in love with these guys. So, and they just keep coming out with more and more. There's, like I said, wrestling and Power Rangers. I think there's a Master Chief coming out. There is Mortal Kombat I saw. There's some Mortal Kombat stuff, which I think looks really cool. They do such a good job with the sculpts, and they're really starting to pick up steam with the licensings they have. And so I think these are going to be, they're going to be a big thing, I think, eventually, once people start really getting into them. Like I said, no articulation, but neither do pops. but you know, everyone pops are awesome. Everyone loves the pops. I think these are gonna really pick up, and I think they're gonna start getting more popular. But basically, I just want to show you this is only a part of my collection, but I just wanted to kind of give you a rundown of the Diecast medals because I'd like to see more of these sell because then they're gonna make more, and then I'll be able to get more and add more to this massive collection that I've started over the last few years. So basically, that's the video that I'm making today on these guys. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If you don't like it or you don't like what I'm doing, leave me a message. Let me know. If there's something you want to see different, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try some different stuff. I'm going to, you know, this is still super new to me. I'm having fun. I'm going to keep making these videos. I'm getting a little bit more each time. So, like I said, if you like it, thumbs up. If you don't, that's all right. Just give it a watch. Just see. Maybe it's something you're going to come into later. All right? So, as always, have a great day. And everybody, thanks for watching. Stay awesome.